Hello, my YouTube family. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be for my water signs, specifically my water sign risings, but use whatever placement you feel most connected to, okay? We are going to get into your next 7 days. This is a timeless message, so whenever this is seeing you, finding you, your next 7 days, we're going to get into it, okay? Make sure to like, comment below if you have any other questions, any other topics you want me to talk about. And make sure to, of course, subscribe. Okay, subscribe, like my video, interact, engage, so I know that you enjoy the content, okay? All right, you guys, let's go ahead and get into your next 7 days, okay? So the first card that we have here is love like people aren't total assholes, okay? It says, of course you've been hurt. People can be stupid, selfish, destructive, fucknuts, but choosing to live life with your dukes up waiting for the asshole and everyone to come out insinuates you from, what the fuck? I'm sorry. Let's try that again. Of course you've been hurt. People can be stupid, selfish, destructive, fucknuts, but choosing to live life with your dukes up waiting for the asshole and everyone to come out insulates you from the brilliance in people. You'll be a force to be reckoned with if you love people with the tenderness and ferocity of someone who's digging for the gold in everyone. I'm doing this reading first thing in the morning, okay? So your girl, I don't know why I can't read right now. But Spirit's telling you, okay, the first message that we're getting for you for your next 7 days ahead, I feel like this is an overall message, okay, stretching across the entire next 7 days. You will be a force to be reckoned with if you love people with tenderness and ferocity, okay? So Spirit's telling you there can be a little bit of asshole in everyone, you included, but if you are intentional about being kind and being outwardly expressive and being, you know, nice. I mean, I'm really just getting like, this is telling you over the next 7 days, not to see the asshole in everyone all the time and not to reveal the asshole in you all the time. Okay. If that makes sense. All right. So we are going to get into the next 7 days. Let's go ahead and flip these tarot cards over. I see a lot of blue, green energy in the beginning of the week for you, moving towards the middle of the week. A little bit of root chakra, throat chakra, and moving back into that root. Okay, very interesting. So over the next 7 days, my water signs, I feel like your week is definitely going to start with some heaviness. It's going to start with some, I almost feel like homework, right? Spirit's like, you're gonna have to do your homework in the beginning of the week. You just got your packet. They're going to give you a week to finish it. And by the end of the week, you're going to be turning that shit in. And you're going to be confident in it. Not just going to turn it in, lousy and half-assed like you just, did it just because. You're turning in your homework that you've dedicated time to, that each day you've put in the work for, because later there's going to be a test on that so you want to know it, and you want to make sure that you're prepared to move in the way that Spirit's calling you to move, okay? Let's go ahead and get into the beginning of the week. So I see with the devil card, number 15 could be significant, number 21 could be significant as well. We have the devil and we have the hangman coming out here. So Spirit's telling me in the beginning of your week, or the next 7 days for you, you're gonna feel this pull, okay? We have epiphany in the reverse, yes, and we have exhausted. You're gonna feel this pull towards something, but it's not actually gonna be something for your benefit, should I say, okay? I almost feel like you're tempted. You're going to feel this pull, temptation. Maybe it has something to do with this assholey energy. Maybe it has something to do with your perspective, okay? Maybe it has something to do with you automatically and being, comfortable almost, feeling like, nope, this is going to disappoint me. Nope, this is going to be too much. Nope, this person is going to do too much. Nope, this person doesn't know how to act. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's okay to have these assumptions based on people's past, actions. However, people aren't only what you have seen of them. Does that make sense, my water signs? People have more than meets the eye, okay? And that's what that card is saying there. Sometimes when we allow ourselves to get past the assholiness of people, or not directly search for the assholiness in people, we're shifted. Our perspective is shifted, and we're looking at something from a different angle. Okay, so that's what I see happening in the beginning of the week here. Big perspective shift for you. And I can't say that it's going to come easily either, or it's going to come with ease, so to speak, right? But I do see that it's going to come at a very necessary time for you. Okay, so moving on from the very beginning, where you're feeling this kind of burnt out energy, empty energy, where you're shifting from this kind of lost energy, kind of stuck in a loop cycle energy. You're shifting to, all right, I'm over this. I'm tired of this. I can't handle this anymore. And I do not want to live like this anymore. So that's where we're moving over into this hopeful energy. We have the card hopeful. It is in the reverse. And we have the Four of Swords here. Seven of Wands. Spirit's telling me here, moving into the week, with the Four of Swords, you need rest, okay? You're not going to be able to make any decisions that you're happy with without rest, period, point blank, okay? Resting is also helpful for your subconscious. It's helpful for your visualization processes as you rest, as you go to sleep at night, as you lay down for a nap in midday. Be hopeful. Have have time to visualize the things that you desire, okay? Because your physical body doesn't know the difference between I'm feeling this because you're thinking about it and I'm feeling this because we're experiencing this, okay? So let your body get used to the experiences that you desire, not just the negative experiences, not just the temptation, not just the negative attachments and attractions. No, okay? Have your body and your physical body get used to the vibration of something better, something more comfortable, okay? Moving on into the week, we have Seven of Wands with the Knight of Swords coming up after. I do feel like we're slowly moving into your root chakra here. We're going from the heart chakra for the first 2 or 3 days, really feeling this pull from the chest towards something or away from something, and then you're moving into this feeling of, now that I've been pulled in this direction, it's time to ground myself right here, wherever I found myself, wherever I am. Okay, with the Seven of Wands, it can talk about meditation, it can talk about spell work, okay, it can talk about candle magic at times. Spirit's telling you to focus in on your root and focus in on your solar plexus. Move the energy up in between those two chakras, in between those two places, to kind of, again, practicing this frequency, clearing out the blockages that are there, so you can, with hope, with confidence, say, okay, this is where I am, this is why, and this is what I'm going to do. I feel like maybe you don't want to be perceived a certain way. You have some work to do when it comes to being perceived or being rejected. Okay, you got some things to work on there, which is fine, but acknowledging you have things to work on and not working on them is only self-sabotage. Okay, my love, my water signs here. Let's see, we have consequences here as well. Bad choices, games, mixed signals. Okay, somebody could be a fire sign. Definitely, I see a little bit of fire magic coming out around here. Electricity magic. Okay, telekinesis is what I'm picking up here. Those could be the spiritual gifts of someone. But I do see with the Knight of Swords here in the reverse, transitioning over. Spirit's telling you, taking a moment of stillness, okay, an intentional moment to pause, not just rest, but now after you've rested, intentionally seek and reflect, okay? Reflect on how fast you've been moving and if that's been healthy for you. Reflect on how quickly you've been, how impatient you've been, or how quickly you've been wanting certain outcomes, and if your actions are are creating, so to speak, these consequences that are unnecessary. You know what I mean? Are you doing too much, basically, is what I'm asking you to ask yourself, my water signs, okay? With the Knight of Cups coming in right after, one night after the other, I do feel like towards the end of the week, there's a lot of, I want to say, newbie kind of energy. There's a lot of like beginner kind of energy. And what do I mean by that? Spirit's telling you to restart. Okay, so now that you reflected and changed your perspective and taken time to rest and realize what's serving you and what's not serving you, especially when it comes to your interpersonal relationships and your relationship with yourself, my water signs, you start to realize at the end of the week here, okay, now it's about my next steps, my next steps, my next steps. They say with time here, time and consequences, okay, it's kind of telling me that what's going to happen is going to happen, period, point blank. Based on the things that you've already done, the decisions you've already made, my water signs, don't worry about what's happening today. Okay, the energy has already been built. You've already created the outcome. It's happening. What you can do is, based on today, move forward with a new line of thinking. Okay, the same way you started to do that in the beginning of the week, or you're going to start to do that in the beginning of the week. As you find yourself here towards the end of the week, you're going to start to be practical with the things that you're learning, the things that you're realizing. Okay, you're going to start to be like, you know what? Maybe all of my impatience is really what's causing my heartbreak, or is the real reason that I'm still single. Maybe all of my impatience and rushing into relationships or rushing into jobs is the reason why I haven't found the one that really feels good to me. Okay, use your reflective and introspective mind, my water signs. Use your emotional mind, not just your logical mind, but use them in tandem. Use them in, partnership when you are trying to figure out what your next steps should be, okay? Because whatever they will be different than what you're currently doing now, all right? You can make sure, you're on the right track at least by remembering that. Okay, if I'm doing the same shit that they told me not to do, then I'm not on the right track. Okay, ending the week, we have the Emperor card out here, and we are going to go ahead and read your wealth card for the end of the week. We have, oh, beautiful. I am the universe in motion. Through my actions, all wealth flows. What am I telling y'all? My water signs. It's through your actions that you're going to manifest your best self by the end of this week. It is going to take a lot of reflection, a lot of heart chakra work, a lot of solar plexus and root chakra work, really diving deep into yourself. Okay. A lot of introspection. But at the end of the week here, they're telling you, as soon as you realize, my water signs, maybe I should get up. Maybe it's time to get up. Maybe it's time to do this. Maybe it's time to do that. That's how you know. That is your sign. That is your symbol. Yes, you're correct. It's time to move on. It's time to make some shit happen. Okay? Let's see. We will go ahead and review the cards before we get into your last messages. What energies do we have out here? Okay, so we got quite a bit of air sign energy is what I'm picking up here. Aries. Okay, well, I was looking at that. So yes, we have Aries energy out here as well. Capricorn energy out here. Scorpio energy, Cancer, Pisces, Libra, and Gemini. Okay, that is what I'm picking up here. Somebody could have dark hair, very dark hair, almost black. Okay. It could be long, it could be short, but I'm seeing quite dark hair. Somebody could have locks or braids. Somebody could be a technician. Somebody could work with Lady Hecate. I do feel like I got a huge whiff of the garlic I have on her altar over there. And I feel like that was intentional when I was looking here at the beginning of the week. So Spirit's telling you that you are definitely protected, okay? There's nothing that you need to be, quote, afraid of or avoiding this week. Definitely not. It's really just a lot of introspection for you, my water signs. It's a lot of self-reflection and a lot of looking at yourself and saying, if this is what I'm tired of and this is what I no longer want, what am I going to do? Okay. Yeah, Spirit's telling you, constantly waiting for the ball to drop isn't going to make you feel any better than you feel right now. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into your last messages. Is there any other small messages wanting to come out? No. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the last ones. Thank you so much, my water signs, for joining me. If this resonates with you, which I'm sure it does, go ahead to the bottom of the screen, like, subscribe, share, and press the notification bell so you don't miss your free messages, okay? And if you're like, you know what, I want a private message, I want a personal message just from you, you can go to the link in my description or the link in my YouTube bio and go to my Linktree. Check out my website. I have all new updated prices for you, so you will find something for you, okay? All right, getting into your last two cards here to give you overall advice and to kind of wrap up what we said here in our reading. We have know the difference between shame and guilt. Ooh, I feel like that's a good one for you because there's a lot of stifling emotions, especially with this Four of Swords here, this Devil card here. There's a lot of stifling emotions at the beginning of the week, likely coming from previous experience, past experiences, but it's really keeping you stuck, and it's keeping you stuck and trapped in this box in this certain way of thinking. Okay, but let's see. It says, know the difference between shame and guilt. Guilt is I did something bad. Shame is I am something bad. Spend today identifying guilt and shame. If guilt comes up, find a way to make amends. Shame is the devil, though. Kick it in the dick. Okay, so Spirit's definitely telling you here. And look at that green energy again here for the beginning of the week. Your heart chakra is going to be very, very important for you over the next 7 days. Okay, my water signs, understanding your heart, tapping into your heart, using your heart, and clearing the energy in your heart space, heart center. Okay. Identify where you are feeling shame and guilt over the next 7 days. Has a lot to do, like I said, with your perspective and your perspective and your, what am I trying to say? Not intention, Spirit. I can't remember. What was I going to say? I can't remember. But it has a lot to do with your fuck it. But yeah, Spirit's telling you here, guilt is I did something bad. Shame is I am something bad. So if you start to feel the feelings as you're reflecting, as you're being, introspective about your life and where it's going and how it's going, ask yourself, when I think about this, am I shaming myself? Do I feel guilty for something? And how is that affecting how I'm showing up for myself and in my interpersonal relationships? Okay. Am I expecting people to be assholes just because I'm riddled with guilt? Am I expecting people to treat me with anger and disrespect just because I, have shame about this one thing? Am I expecting disrespect from people? Am I expecting people to cheat on me? Am I expecting people to not, return favors just because this is how I am viewing and respecting and perceiving myself? You know what I mean? Yeah, something to think about, my water signs. Okay. We have being weird AF. Can you see it? Being weird AF is better than being boring as hell. Okay. I feel like you really needed to hear that because I feel like, yeah, you haven't really felt like you can be your complete self, my water signs, for whatever reason. And Spirit's telling you, as soon as you start to clear away all of this ish and gunk and yuckiness, you will start to feel comfortable again. Okay. Your last message, my water signs, let's get into it. Go to the grocery store and buy one grape. Just run. Put it on the conveyor belt, let the checker weigh it and ring you up. Ask for a receipt. Do not under any circumstances explain yourself to anyone. Take that grape and thank it for teaching you how to do shit that others don't understand for whatever good reason you have, and period. I love that as a final message. Let's not forget over here, we said, I am the universe in motion. Through my actions, all wealth flows. Spirit's telling you, if your actions are feeling suffocated, if the actions that you're taking day by day, your daily life, feel like you're uncomfortable, feel like you don't have room to be, feel like you don't, have permission to take up space, they feel like you're expecting the worst. They feel like you're almost more comfortable with the negativity versus the positivity, because that's what you're more comfortable with, and you're more comfortable with just being upset versus being happy than getting disappointed. You know what I mean? All of these things Spirit is telling you will be, how can I say this? I just saw I just saw something deflate. So your not only will your ego deflate a little bit after a little bit of self-reflection and introspection, but your fear and your worries will deflate. They will start to go away, especially as soon as you're changing how you're perceiving yourself. Okay, my water signs. So you've got some work to do over the next 7 days. Really, really heavy in the beginning of the week is where the most important work is going to happen. But of course, towards the end of the week and by the end of the week, I do see you feeling a lot more confident and a lot more ready to take initiative versus the beginning of the week where you feel like, my brain is against me and I can't even figure out, the best course of action for myself, So yeah, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you. Thank you for watching. And if you need any help and you have any questions, either comment below and I will respond to you, or send me an email. Go check out my website. Reach out to me one of those ways. All right, you guys. Thank you so much again. And I will see you in the next video or see you in a reading. Bye.